What's going on, y'all? It's Steve here. I want to talk to y'all about the phrase Uncle Tom, okay? And the reason why I want to talk to y'all about this phrase is simply because you still have a lot of black people out here that still misuse that phrase as a way to insult and belittle and degrade and try to, ostracize other black people that think differently than they do, or have a difference of opinion when it comes to politics as them, which to me is very lame and childish. To me, that's just my opinion. you know Calling somebody who, well, more specifically, calling a black person who politically leans Republican or conservative and Uncle Tom, like, for one, that's very lame and childish, okay? And number two, you don't even know who Uncle Tom is. And number three, you know, you complimented that person without even realizing it, okay? Now just follow me here, okay? Now, if you don't know anything about Uncle Tom, okay, his real name is Josiah Henson, right? But what he really did was he freed 118 slaves. Okay, he was an author. He created the book Uncle Tom's Cabin, which was a fictional story. Um, and not only that, but also too, he spoke out against slavery in certain parts of the world. So with that being said, this whole Uncle Tom phrase, you know, it's lame, it's corny, it's childish, and it goes to show the level of immaturity that a lot of you black people have, that try to insult or degrade other black people that have a difference of opinion as you when it comes down to the realm of politics. Like, it really does show your level of immaturity. Not only do you have millennials and, Gen Zers using that term, well, not that term, but that phrase, Uncle Tom, but you even have like people from Gen X, black folks from Gen X, or boomers still using that phrase. It's like, okay, like, come on. Like, especially you Gen Xers and you boomers, I expect a lot more from you guys, because you guys have been on this earth longer than my generation has, right? I expect a lot more out of you, out of the both of you. You know, I just don't know, man. I don't know why we as black people, I don't know why we never take the time out to educate ourselves on who Uncle Tom really was. I mean, well, if you ask me, Uncle Tom was more so, he was a revolutionary, in my opinion. That's how I see Uncle Tom, as a revolutionary, as a spark of change, as a motivator, as somebody who touched and changed people's lives for the better. I also view Uncle Tom as an innovator, you know, because of what he did, freeing slaves and, speaking out against slavery in certain parts of the world. You know, that takes a lot of balls. It does. It takes a lot of balls, and it takes a lot of courage to do stuff like that back in that time period. And, another reason why I brought this up is simply because I made a video talking about Jasmine Crockett, you know, getting mad because Trump didn't ask her permission to, blow up those bases, those nuclear base plants in Iran, even though he didn't have to ask her, which I still do stand by that. But somebody in the comment section called me an Uncle Tom, and also told me to put on a MAGA hat. And to that person that said that to me, two things. And I did laugh at your comment. And the reason why I laughed at your comment is simply because, for one, you don't know who Uncle Tom is. And number two, you complimented me without even realizing it. See, you thought you could use Uncle Tom as a way to insult me and degrade me, but in reality, you just complimented me without even realizing it. Now, there used to be a time where I would get mad if somebody called me an Uncle Tom, right? There used to be a time where I would get mad simply because at that time in my life, when I was 19, 20, 21, I didn't have any knowledge of who Uncle Tom was. But now that I educated myself on who Uncle Tom was, I don't see the phrase Uncle Tom as an insult. Like, I really don't. After I did my education on Uncle Tom, or excuse me, not Uncle Tom, let me say his actual name, his birth name, Josiah Henson, out of respect. This man Josiah Henson, he changed a lot of lives. He changed a lot of people's lives. He was an author. He was a preacher. He was an innovator, a revolutionary. He was that spark of hope and change for the better. And you could say he was the Malcolm X of his time. No, in my opinion, I think he was the Malcolm X of his time. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. And I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on that, but that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, to all of the black people out there that still use that phrase, Uncle Tom, as a way to insult or degrade other black people that think and act differently from them, I'm gonna need for y'all to look at yourselves in the mirror, okay? And not only that, but I'm gonna need for y'all to sit y'all black asses down and actually educate yourselves on who Uncle Tom really was. More so, I shouldn't say, I don't know why I keep saying Uncle Tom. His name is Josiah Henson. I want to, I want to pay my respects to this man because he did so much. He did so much. He made a lot of contributions to this world. He did so much. He changed people's lives. So, if I keep saying Uncle Tom, please pardon me. I don't mean to do that. His real name is Josiah Henson. I just want to say that in respects for this man, Josiah Henson, because I have a lot of respect for this man. I really do. Courageous man. Very well articulate man. He was a man of character. He was a man of integrity. He looked out for his people. But anyway, man, I'm gonna get up off of here. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. And rest in power, Josiah Henson, aka Uncle Tom. And with that being said, I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.